Search engine optimization is so hard. Or is it? Because we've been taught to do things to please an algorithm instead of actually writing content and optimizing for a real live human being. Back in 2022, I had over 400 blog posts published. The reason? I believed that the more content that I had, the more that people would find me and the more sales I would make at the same time. Only that didn't happen at all. So after feeling completely burnt out from all this writing, I sat down and asked myself this one question. What would it look like if getting in front of my audience was simple, easy, and fun? This is when I started to look at human design for a little bit of insight into what to do next. As someone who is designed to simplify things based on this gate here that's in my defined throat, I leaned into that and came up with this idea to be more discoverable than visible. This led to the creation of what I like to call my Discoverable content system, a system that allows you to create content based on what your offers and audience are all about versus simply creating content for the sake of creating content. This is a process that I deep dive with my members inside the Cultivate membership, where we go through the entire process from start to finish. The whole basis of this process is all about helping you create content that you then optimize for a real life human being instead of search engines. So the focus is on being discovered versus doing something to make sure that a search engine is going to rank you. It means being found by the right person at the right time based on what they are searching for, not you landing on the first page of search results. So here's the thing, there is a really cool side effect for approaching SEO in this way. So not only do you get found at the right time by the right person, but you do actually end up showing up on the first page of search results, which gives you a nice little boost, but it's not the goal, right? The goal is to simply optimize our content for a real life human being based on what it is that they are actually searching for at the time they're searching for it. So in this video, I want to cover the first initial steps in the Discoverable content system so that you can start implementing this in your business today. So step one, it starts with your offer. And what I mean by that is we are not going to create any content unless it is going to actually present an offer. And what I mean by that is call to actions, hyperlinks, anything like that. Now, we're talking about long form content here when we're talking about discoverable content. So that is either going to be a blog post, a YouTube video, or a podcast episode. Those are our long form content channels. Any other channel is a little bit different. So I just want you to start to think through long form content, but it starts with an offer. So when you are sitting down to map out your discoverable content, the first thing that you need to do is go, okay, what is the offer that I'm wanting to actually promote, right? What is the offer that I want people to be finding on a regular basis and on an organic way? So step one, identify an offer. And your action step is to do exactly that. If you're following along, grab your notebook out now and write down, this is the offer that I want to create discoverable content around, and go ahead and write that. So step two is all about defining your audience. So now that you know your offer, we need to determine who the audience is for this offer. And this is kind of like niching down, but not. Basically, we all have kind of an overarching audience. For example, my kind of main big audience are creative entrepreneurs, people who identify as being creative. So that's kind of the overarching thing. But not every offer that I create is for every single person in my audience. So every time I create an offer, the next question that I'm asking and answering in the tangible offer framework document is, who is the audience that I'm creating this offer for? It makes the rest of the offer creation process and content development so much easier if you are approaching it from this way, having an offer and a specific audience for that offer. So how do you identify that audience? I know that that is the question that you're asking right now. So here's the thing. For example, the Cultivate membership is for a specific subset of creative entrepreneurs. So the Cultivate membership is for creative entrepreneurs who are looking to integrate human design into their business and grow and scale beyond 5 figures a month. And we do that through creating a doable money making marketing plan. So it's a very specific audience, still creative entrepreneurs, but with a very specific mindset, with a very specific thing that they are looking to get help and support around. So when you're doing this for yourself, your action step is to define the audience as it relates to the offer that you chose in step 1. So step 3 is based on the offer and audience, what problems are they facing as it relates, right? So what I mean by that is you know who your audience is and you know what the offer is. When it comes to problems, what problems are your audience facing through the lens of that particular offer? So there's 3 key questions that we need to ask and answer at this step. Number 1, what are the problems they're facing through the lens of that offer? Number 2, what does life look like for that audience through the lens of that offer after their problems have been solved? What does life look like? And then thirdly, what is the tangible transformation that you're actually helping someone achieve with this offer? When you go through and answer those 3 questions, I do recommend, particularly for question 1 and question 2, doing that from a story perspective. It will make things a little bit easier when you are explaining problems. And pro tip, you can then take this content and use it in your sales pages and your sales emails. It makes great content for helping people understand and self-identify that this is the offer that is perfect for them. You can also use your favorite AI tool of choice to help you craft this if you're not sure. So I'm a huge fan of using Magi, but you could use ChatGPT to actually go ahead and do that. So once you've got your answers to those 3 questions, your next step is to optimize your content. So then step 4 is all about optimizing your long form content based on the keywords, aka search terms, that your audience is actually searching for. Now, these will be driven by those problems that you've identified and or by what they're looking to look like after their problem is solved, right? Like, what does life look like for them afterwards versus what are the problems that they're looking at right now? So depending on what it is that you're optimizing, there are going to be a few different ways that you can do this. For the purposes of this video, I am going to walk you through using a blog post that I have, and you're going to see that now. I'm going to switch screens. Hey guys, I wanted to record a quick Loom to show you how you go through and optimize your content after all the stuff that we've just talked through. So in this example, I am using my blog post using human design. Now that is my actual keyword. And this content already exists. But before I even go ahead and start writing this content, I do a bit of research around those problems. So this particular post is actually linking to my human design chart tool. And I also have a call to action to a couple of other things. But the main thing that I want you to see here, yeah, there's a hyperlink to the human design chart tool. I want to walk you through a tool that I use, and you can use any other type of keyword research, but specifically for a blog post, I really like Answer the Public. If we have a look at the search, you can see here that I did it about a year ago, and I'm just going to go and have a look at all the different searches. So I just put in human design. So you want to go fairly broad when you are using anything like this. You can do it for other search engines, and you can do it for YouTube as well if you were doing TikTok and if you were doing anything on Amazon. Make sure that when you do the search that you're using the location where the most of your audience is located. So once we do that, then we can come down to here and we can start to understand some information. And you can see here that this is based on questions. Now, if you find this too difficult to look at, you can look at it in the list view. So you can see here that this is saying, human design near me, not really relevant to what I'm doing. But you can see here human design for business, human design for beginners, human design for success. These are definitely things that I want to pay attention to. So human design for business, I actually have a blog post that starts with that. But I'm specifically looking for using human design. So you can see here, it gives you other information, tells you how many searches, search volume, cost per click. But I'm not worried about the cost per click. Really, what I'm looking for is search volume. Now, obviously, human design types is always something that is searched for, but I'm not optimizing for that. I'm really looking for the search terms. Now, human design for business, they're saying here about 50 searches per month. I actually know that that's a little bit higher. But this can start to give you some understanding around what people are searching for around your specific topic. So as you can see, as I'm going through this, lots of different options. It's, specific people, that type of thing. So human design for business keeps coming up, which is why one of mine is human design for business. So you just go through and you just look. At the end of the day, you are going to know what is going to work better for you than anybody else. And you can see here what is human design. That's another one that I potentially might write a post about, optimizing for that, because people are clearly looking for that information. And you can just see lots of other stuff. And then it gives you related content as well. So lots more for you to kind of look at. But that's how I came up with using human design as the main keyword. And I like to always put that in the URL, put it in the actual title of the blog post, and then it's also going to be in the first sentence in here. And then it's going to be used throughout the rest of this document as well. But I just really wanted to show you that. The other thing that I wanted to show you is the Yoast plugin, which actually makes this entire process a lot easier. So you can see the Yoast plugin. I've already put in my focus key phrase using human design. I've already put in some metadata, and that's here. And all you need to ensure is that you put that and you get the words using human design in there. And if you've seen green, then you're doing really well. Now I have the free version. I'm not paying for this. You can see here that predominantly I have got a green SEO analysis, and that's all I care about. I could do more. It tells you here where you might want to do some other things, but for the most part, this is optimized for a human first, right? You can see things like outbound links, key phrase and subheading, all of these types of things are specifically for a search engine. I'm not worried about that. I want to optimize for an actual human being. And then you'll see here that I'm actually linking to the Cultivate Your Business book series, all about human design and different elements of your business. So that is being linked here as well. So as you just saw, I use WordPress for my website. It's self-hosted. And I have a premium theme called Smart Theme, which is part of the Optimized Press suite of products. Plus, I use the Yoast plugin. This makes optimizing content easier. And as you saw, it literally took 5 minutes to optimize that content. So your action step here is to apply something similar to your own long form content. Now, if you are using YouTube, then I am a huge fan of using TubeBuddy. I recommend installing that. It is a browser plugin for Chrome, and then just sits in your YouTube channel. It will allow you to optimize your content through different keywords, but also keyword in your metadata, which is your title and your description. So make sure you're getting your keywords into there so that people who are searching can do so. So that's everything that you need to start optimizing your content for a human being versus a search engine. In the next video, we are going to go through the process of creating content that attracts your dream clients using the messaging organizer framework. This is also part of the Discoverable content system. So not only will this process increase your discoverability, it also leads to more sales. So we've just kind of gone through part one of the Discoverable content process. And in the next video, we're going to go through part two. I'll see you there.